Greetings everyone, welcome to this new video. Today we're going to take a look at map sustain. I'm going to do a little bit of a test and see how far I can take it. So I bought and I had some of the Elder Springs, Desert Springs in Elder format here, because Desert Spring has the highest density, the most mob count in the whole game now, with a fair margin. And you might be wondering, I'll play that map and it's not that high, but it's actually the boss room that is having most of the mobs, because that boss is, when he's facing, going from one place to another, he they releases mobs, and those mobs are usually rare, magic, and even unique ones, which drop tons of maps and other things. And we're going to utilize that to the maximum. So I bought 20 of these maps here. I have 20 and we're going to play them. And I just took out all my different things. There's nothing special in here. These sacrificial one, you get 5 quantity for each one you put in the map mod. So I'm just going to use up those and some of these scarabs that I picked up during my way of leveling and stuff like that. Also, I made sure that the only tier 16 map that can drop is the Desert Spring map. And how you do that is just to vendor, free cartographer sextants of the right color, so red for these ones, and 1 scouring orb to the vendor, and you get a specific orb that you can use to take away this from the atlas, which is very good. You lose 1 sextant, of course, but yeah. So we're gonna use 4 in the future here. I have 5 now because I did it before. So we're just gonna sextant this up. We're gonna quality our maps, and we are gonna val every map, and then we're gonna use the specific vals, because depending on what happens with the val version, if it's more like these ones and really high quantity, we might use them for something special with these. And if they're unidentified, we use them with a specific unidentified sextant mod, which we should have somewhere around here. Yeah, here it is. Increase pack size in unidentified maps and increase quantity of items found in unidentified maps, which is great for us. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna run them and see how many maps I can actually get through. So I'm hoping for like 40 maps altogether, you know, until I run out of maps completely. 40, 60, and see how much loot I can get into this. Or that would be even greater if I can actually sustain, but I don't think that is gonna happen. Anyway, thank you. We'll be back soon. Welcome back, and we have run our 20 Elder Desert Springs maps, and this is all we have left in the tab. We invested a total of 279 chaos. It's not really true, we invested less than that, but I just wanted to do it on the high end, because most of the scarabs I put in was not really beneficial for us, because yeah, there was things that you gain outside of the map, like sulfite and beast and stuff like that. So most of the scarabs were completely not relevant, but I put them into this anyway, so you can probably lower it if you want to, but I just want to make sure that you're actually gaining something from it. We managed to not only sustain but get 5 extra maps out of these 20. So we have 25 Elder Desert Springs in the end, which is very interesting. We'll see if this holds true when I run these 25, and then I will just stop the test, because if I over sustain each time, then it's an infinite test, so I don't want to do this infinite amount of time. So everything is priced in here except the Elder Desert Springs map. And by the way, I did not put in an investment because I sustained. I did not put in the prices of the maps here. So same thing here. And I did not add the 5 extra map to my profits either. So you can add that on top if you want to. But without the Elder maps here, it's 396, and those are very conservative numbers, because I want to sell it instantly if I put it up, because every second I have to go in and out of trades is time lost for mapping. So I'm just gonna sell everything at a really low price and just get everything done inside of, I don't know, a few minutes if I can manage. And most of this going into my currency tab anyway, so Yeah, I would say it's very profitable. If you subtract these two, it's 117, which is about an Exalted Orb, a little bit more than an Exalted Orb. And together with over sustained, that would make it 2 exalted. And I do these 20 maps in about 1.5 hour. So that is, I don't know, 1.5, 2 exalted. And that is without any good drops whatsoever. You might think Divine Orb is a good drop, but it's just 10 chaos compared to an Elder Desert Springs that is peanuts, because Elder Desert Springs sells for 20 to 25, probably more when the videos comes up. And there was someone releasing a video about this today, so he beat me to the race, I guess, but I did videos on this beforehand, so ha. Anyway, so I'm gonna do the 25 maps and see if this was just a fluke or if this is something that holds true. Okay, welcome back. We have done all our 25 Elder Desert Springs maps, and this is what we're left with. So my investments on this try, because I wanted to try with a little bit less investment and if we could still sustain what we actually had before. And yeah, I just used 2 sacrificial fragment. You need 2 different ones to put in the map device. I also sextanted everything up. I used 56 sextants. In an ideal world, I would use 34 sextants. So obviously you need to re-roll some of the mods, because some of the mods give absolutely nothing to the map. I highly recommend sextanting everything up, because it is huge boost. I also chiseled everything. Chisels are very expensive this league, by the way. Val Orb them, Alchemy Orb them, and I also re-rolled a few maps with better mods so I could run them. All of this cost me a total of 304. All these prices are inflated to your benefit here, so it's actually less if you buy them for a cheaper price. All of these materials, but this is what we ended up with. This does not include the maps, because like the previous one, I was sustaining, so I did not include the maps, which should be around, I don't know, 25 C or something like that, or between 20 and 25 C. So now to the big question: did we actually sustain on the less investment? I just want to start out with, if you have an Elder and Shaper ping pong affected this, you can probably see around 25 to 30% more map drops and other drops also, because we have tier 16s, and also we have Sulfite and High Beast, and everything else is so much more powerful, which I do not take into account into this profit. So this is what we got. We got a total of 610 chaos in the end after conservative numbers on all this, and we actually sustained. We have 26 maps now with minimum investment. Some of you might think that is not minimum. Well, it is actually, because scarabs and stuff like that, that would be maximum, and setting up the Elder Square, that would be maximum. And this is actually really easy to achieve. You can just buy all at once in package price, and you can just run this all day. So this is what I mean by minimum investment. So we over sustained, and I did not count in, so it's 25 extra chaos up to this one though. And I sell all my maps in bulk, so that what I mean by that is I set a price for maybe 5 maps, and then if someone whispers me I don't have a single like a map by itself to sell, I sell 5 or 10 of them at once. So I've like sold 8 lava lake or whatever it's called, and for 88 C, for example. That means I only need to do 1 trade instead of 8 different ones. So I highly recommend doing it like that. So altogether I had 1 Exalted Orb. I had not... that was the only big drop actually on all these maps. And I feel like that is a great representation, but if you don't, then you can erase it from this profit here. So altogether that would make it 304 chaos in profit. That is almost what is it, 2.8 or something like that, 2.8 exalted in profit from 25 maps. I would say that is very profitable. That is like 2 exalted per hour. Yeah, 2 exalted per hour right now. And yeah, if you find something better than this, and if obviously if you invest more and have the Elder Square set up, you will make infinitely more than I did on this. So I'm gonna save these and do maybe another test another time, but I think I'm pretty good with this one right now. And yeah, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe.